The West can crush Russia's war machine and force Putin to the negotiating table with a Cold War-style strategy. Ian Brzezinski, a former Deputy Assistant U.S. Secretary of Defense for Europe and NATO policy, said this in an interview for The Sun. He believes Moscow is defeatable in Ukraine, but only if the West fully leverages its economic and military dominance. Instead of seeking a negotiated settlement, he says the focus should be on overwhelming Russia's capacity to continue the war. I feel the Russians will continue the war and have the capacity to drive forward for quite a long time. I do think that Russia is defeatable in this war, and to do that doesn't mean that one should run to Russia asking for a deal to end the war. One has to get into the Soviet mindset. Brzezinski underlined. The former Deputy Assistant U.S. Secretary of Defense for Europe and NATO policy added that to accelerate the breaking point, the West must apply the same tactics that helped undermine the Soviet Union. This includes ramping up military support for Ukraine, tightening the economic stranglehold on Russia, and launching an aggressive information campaign targeting Moscow's political elite. Brzezinski explains that the goal is to force Putin to focus inward, worrying more about his own survival than his expansionist ambitions. Now, as history repeats itself, only a return to Cold War tactics can finally bring Putin to his knees, says the former Deputy Assistant U.S. Secretary of Defense for Europe and NATO policy.